Belf Nation. I'm a part of this Bob Proctor streaming club, which basically once a week he posts or he does a live stream of a lesson on psychology. He is the highest paid teacher in the world without a high school diploma or a college degree. He is one of the wisest guys in the world, and people pay large amounts of money just to hear him talk. So listen to him because he's smarter than you, he's smarter than me, and he's smarter than all of our parents. So pay attention.
If I'm dealing with you, if I'm sitting talking to you one-on-one, I would have an imaginary line right across the center of your head. Top half is your conscious, and the bottom half is the subconscious, and then your body becomes the instrument of the mind. So I would be very focused on your body. And I would be very focused on the energy I'm picking up from your body.
Energy.
Because what's going on in the mind is expressed through the body. The body is the instrument of the mind. Now, the conscious mind has the ability to think. That's the thinking mind. That's the part, the educated mind. The school really has us gathering information in. And it's also where the intellect is resident. Okay? Now, this is the subconscious. That's the emotional mind. And it operates quite different. You're going to find that the subconscious is totally deductive. The conscious mind is both inductive and deductive. You will see that. All right? Now, the conscious mind has the ability to choose. It has the ability to accept or reject. And it has the ability to originate. Now, they are powerful concepts. I want you to keep them in mind for a moment. Some of you say, Bob, you've gone through this often. Not as often as I've gone through it. I've gone through this thousands of times. And it's the repetition that fixes it in your mind. You will get to a point, you do this often enough, when you look at a person, their mind and body. And you take a look at the results they're getting or the vibration that you're picking up on them, you'll know exactly where they're going. In fact, if you're in a seminar that, just come over and ask me what you're like, I'll tell you exactly what you're like. So your subconscious mind must accept everything the conscious mind gives to it. It has no ability to reject. And get this, it can't differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. Now, that is a beautiful idea when we really understand it. If you understand inductive and deductive reasoning, I'm going to tell you the information that you're looking at here is powerful. But let's close the curtain on that for a moment and look over here for a moment. There's information coming at your conscious mind. Now, remember, we said you had the ability to accept or reject. Because you have a reasoning factor, that's what gives you the ability to think. You can think, I don't want that information. They're talking about bad economy, bad sales, times are tough, and they go on and on and on. It's just bad information.
It's bad information.
Now, we should tell that information to get out of town. Just get out of here. But you know something? We don't. Why don't we? Because we are programmed to accept everything that comes down the road.
Programmed.
Our subconscious mind is wide open. That's what paradigms do. Paradigms are so powerful. They've got a grip on us and they don't let us go. Now, how do we form them? I'll close the curtain and look over here for a moment. There you are as an infant. And whatever was going on around you and went right into your subconscious mind. That's why you learned the language you learned. That's why you eat the food you eat. That's why you picked up all the little idiosyncrasies that mom and dad have. And that's where your self-image was formed in your little life before you even had the ability to think for yourself. Now, play with that for a moment. The image that's controlling your income, it's controlling your social life, it's controlling your relationships, it controls your business, was built by people before you could even walk. That's right. But that was only one idea that was built. A host of others are being built. What were they thinking? Heineken said in absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately we become enslaved by it. How do we become enslaved by it? Well, if that's all the people in the radio and the TV and the newspapers are talking about is daily trivia, that's the programming, that's the paradigm. See, we are literally programmed to live from the outside in. We're not programmed to operate from the inside out. All the great teachers have said, go to your closet and close the door. Go to your sanctum sanctorum. Go inside. We don't do that. We go outside. So here we are, many years later, And we're doing the same thing as we did as little kids. Why do you think 90-some% of the population are losing? They're following each other. Why are they following each other? Because they're programmed to do that. Now look here for a moment. You can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. They're like little antennae. But understand, you have an intellect. Now, we don't develop these, but we've got them. Your perception, will, imagination, memory, intuition, and reason. Okay? Now, you've got all of those faculties locked up in your mind. Do you know what our problem is? We have never learned to use them. We have never learned to use them. Why wouldn't we learn to use them? Because they're what we get rid of our paradigm with. It's these higher faculties that enable us to get rid of the paradigm and write our own program. Well, we've never been taught how to use these faculties. They're kept in the background. That's right. We're not taught how to use them. It's just like they're off limits. So here we are. We go to school. Now pay attention, because this is where the thinking really starts to come in. You hear what the teacher's saying. And because you hear what the teacher's saying, you gather the information. Now, gathering information is exactly what it implies. You gather information. It's stored up in your conscious mind. Then they come along and they give you a test. They want to know how much of that information you remember. So they give you a test. And that tells you what you know. It doesn't tell you what you know at all. You know what it tells you? It tells you what you remember about what's in the book.